All right, I'm back. Let me double check that we have sound now. No, if you can hear me, let me know. I lost everybody, so it'll take people a minute to get back. Okay, somebody's watching, so let me know if you can hear me. Technology. Oh, goody. Thank you very much. Well, we were having some trouble. I did some, this is Dr. Marshak. I did some updating of my computer equipment, got a new camera, got a new screen, thought I was going to set everything up for a better Facebook Lives. And what happened is that apparently it doesn't work very well because I sat there talking to myself for about 20 minutes. So I'm going to start over. And I still have time, and I hope you can all listen to me. Let's see, everybody's saying they can hear me now. We can hear you. Okay, this is great. I'm talking about the February events for our 2 membership groups. The private membership group's been going for about 6 months now, and it's entitled Asperger's Syndrome and Relationships, Life with an Adult on the Autism Spectrum. And then we also have our meetup group, Asperger's Syndrome, Partners, Family of Adults with ASD. And I've got links on the website, at least I did for the first time I tried to do the live. I think this is my 4th or 5th time trying to set up the live today. But I want to let you know about all the things that are coming up for our members. And if you are a member, great. You can go on our membership sites and register for one of these events. If you're not a member, make sure you check out the websites and see if this is something that would work for you. Not only do we have the video conferences and the teleconferences that I'm going to talk about today, but we have discussion forums, an opportunity to participate with other people that live the same kind of life that you do. So you can ask people about parenting teenagers on the spectrum, or surviving a divorce from someone on the spectrum. This is a group for neurotypicals in relationship with spectrum people, but we get lots of questions that people then take home to their partners and talk about. For example, more and more of my books and other people's books that are written for us neurotypicals are being read by people on the spectrum because they want to understand us too. So there are going to be 2 major video conferences this coming month and 2 teleconferences. The first video conference starts February 4th, and then it'll be offered on the 6th and the 11th. So if you can't attend one, you can, sign up for another one. It's about an hour long, and it's a video conference that I don't record so that everybody has a chance to really speak up and share what their concerns are, but it's all private. And I keep it small. It's for members of the private membership group. I keep the video conference small, perhaps 6, 8, no more than 10 people, so that we can talk with each other and learn from each other and share stories and go away feeling like we've got a lot more support than we thought we had before. By the way, I know that I'm just launching right in here, and even though I'm technically late getting this live started, if there's anybody else that you want to invite, please have them tune in. If they don't get a chance to watch today, they can. It's recorded, so the live will go up and you'll be able to see it and learn more about what the events are. So the first video conference is, why do they always forget? Anyone who lives with an adult with high-functioning autism knows how aggravating it is that our ASD loved one cannot seem to remember anything we ask of them. From picking up groceries to picking up the kids, from knowing our favorite restaurant to remembering the name of the soccer coach. Aspies do not remember the small and large things that are important to us, and that makes us feel unloved and unappreciated. Now, sometimes we think this is ADHD, but it's not. It's based upon the organization of memories, of how the person on the spectrum processes information, and they do not process it according to the person who told them. We remember things according to our relationships to the people, and that's the difference between empathy and ASD thinking. But we'll be talking about not only why do they always forget, but how to get past the forgetfulness so that we can actually get some things accomplished. And like I said, I'll offer that 3 times in small group. Do sign up as soon as you can, because that's coming right up. And like I said, if you can't make one call, you can make another. Then after the call, you can go into the forums and talk some more with each other. You can send messages back and forth about the topic, and get ideas from people who are living the same kind of life you are. You don't have to always think that somehow I've got to read a book or ask an expert. Our community is so that we help each other and bring a lot of these concerns out of the dark. I think the more we talk about it, the better. I'll also offer, hopefully about monthly, a Dr. Kathy's office hours. So this is where you can send me a private question, and I will answer it on Dr. Kathy's office hours anonymously. I'll change the data so that nobody really knows it's you, unless you want me to announce that you're looking for perhaps to form a group in Philadelphia or whatever. I'm happy to announce that on Dr. Kathy's office hours. Hi there, everybody. It looks like Linda joined us, which is great. All righty. So then the next conference after this first video call is a teleconference for our private members, and it's titled Finding the Courage to Live an Alone Together Relationship. This will be held on February 13th, 1:30 Pacific time. Oh, by the way, everything's on Pacific time for those of you who are in other parts of the world. And all you have to do is Google the time change, calculator to figure out what time it is that the call will be taking place. I'm sorry it's not a little bit more convenient than that, but I live in Pacific time, so that's when it always gets scheduled. At any rate, the teleconferences are recorded. So this call will be recorded. And we have about, I think we have about 7 years of teleconferences at this point recorded on the website. Go to the private website and you will get every single call. You can listen to your heart's content to what we've talked about in the past, and we've covered probably every topic you can imagine. And members tell me that the teleconferences are invaluable. Generally, I start the call with a brief talk, such as courage to live in these relationships. And then I open it up for listeners to get into the queue and ask questions. And we talk about their concerns, or maybe they've got a tip for the rest of us that they've been using that's helped with this particular problem. So this topic, though, I want you to know, is a big deal. It does require a lot of courage to live in these relationships, because you are constantly having to translate into Aspergian. Your own needs aren't coming first a lot, and it's tiring. And so if anybody's going to get it straight, though, it's you. You're the one that's going to have to learn how to adapt and get your needs met and take your life back, because nobody else is going to do that for you. And I just think that takes courage. So that's why I called the conference The Courage to Live in These Relationships. Okay, after that teleconference from mid-February on, we've got another video conference that I've called I Just Want to Be Understood. That'll start on February 17th. Like I said, I'm offering it 3 times. So If you missed the first video conference, you can get to the second one. This does require that you're a member of the group, the membership group. You do need to register. It won't be recorded, but I do offer it 3 times in case you miss it. And you can go into the forums, certainly, and talk about the topic. Being understood is the basic underpinning of empathy. Offering understanding, to offer another the opportunity to be heard and understood, this is a loving gift. And sadly, our Aspies struggle to understand you, the deeper you. They get the details of you, but they often fail to understand and communicate with the deeper you. Of course, this leaves us feeling alone in our marriages and relationships. So if you haven't ever thought of it that way before, what we do as neurotypicals, as nurturing, empathic, kind people, is we offer understanding pretty readily. We give that within the first few seconds of interacting with somebody else. And we just take it for granted that it's something that's required in a loving relationship. So wanting to be understood, wanting it to be reciprocal is natural. The problem is that our Aspies really struggle with understanding you. They may know things about you. They may have what I call factoid information about you, but that doesn't mean they know you right now at this moment in time. That kind of knowing is really special, and I want to talk about it in this video conference, how we cope with that, how we slow our Aspies down long enough so that they might be able to get a tidbit of what it is we're talking about. Following this video conference, we'll have our Meetup teleconference. I do one a month for our Meetup members. And this topic is kind of saucy. It's entitled Growing a Spine, and it'll be on February 21st. And growing a spine means, to me, it means that it sounds like, I don't want it to sound like I'm scolding you. It's really about being tough, being strong. It's tough to stand up to your Asperger loved one because they can be kind of rude. I don't think they often realize they're doing that, but they can put you down. They can say, they turn around and walk away when you're in the middle of explaining something. And so what I mean by growing a spine is to believe in yourself, is to know that you do make sense, that you are saying something important, and that you're going to hold your Aspie loved one's feet to the fire. You're not letting them turn around and walk away when you have something important to say. They still may not understand what you have to say, but I want you to know that it's important. So this teleconference is, I think, a very important one to both groups. Oh, and by the way, if you are a member of the private membership group, when you join the private membership group, you also get a free membership to the Meetup group. So you can go to both teleconferences, you can go to both websites and participate in discussions, online discussions. And so I think you kind of double your opportunity to get support 24/7 when you join the private group, and you get 2. But if all you want is the Meetup group, it's there for you too, and there's plenty of discussions, and like I said, a monthly teleconference. So I'm sorry about this getting bounced around, this live being bounced around and not started properly, but I'm glad that we finally got some of the things to, some of the technology to work, and I'll work on my my new computer setup to make sure it works next time. Has anybody got a question for me? Anything that you want to talk about or ask about, or share? Maybe you've got something that's happened recently that's pretty phenomenal and you want us to know about it. You're welcome to put it on, type it up and on the comment section, and I'll talk about it. And otherwise, maybe you're just pleased that you figured out how to get into this Facebook Live with Dr. Kathy talking on and on with no sound coming out. Maybe you thought, oh, I'll just hang in here long enough until other people join. So another thing I want to remind you of is for Dr. Kathy's office hours is that we just started this. I've only done a couple, and but my goal is to do them more often. And so if something isn't coming up for you that you want to participate in a video call or a teleconference or even a forum topic, what I'd like you to do is send me a private email on the website. There's a page that you can go to on the website, and it gives you instructions for how to send me a message, a question that you might have, or a topic you want me to talk about. And I will definitely bring that up in Dr. Kathy's office hours. Anonymously, I won't say who sent the message, but I think our members have really, really good topics to talk about, and I'd like to address them maybe in more depth than I would in a general teleconference or even a video conference. And then the next thing I want you to know is, honestly, this is all new to me. I've been a psychologist for decades, but I haven't done an online support group like this, as a matter of my training. So if you see something that you think would make our community stronger, livelier, easier to connect with, improvements on the website, or even anything, I'm open to it. I want to hear from you because I want this group to really meet your needs. I want you to feel like this is where you can come to talk about autism spectrum disorders, neurotypical issues, every topic from raising children to how to deal with narcissism. Honestly, that's important. Thank you so much. I got a couple of hearts and a thumbs up, which I really appreciate. Okay, everybody. Well, if there's no questions, then I'll go ahead and sign off, and hopefully we manage to make this work this time a little bit. Thank you all for coming, and I hope to see you at the next live and maybe on the membership sites. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Well, now I've totally fooled myself and I don't even know how to turn off the camera. Let's see if I can figure this out. Aha, there it is. All right, take care.